Hi, and welcome to this short video on how to search Medline through the Web of Science platform. I'm Elizabeth Yates, the Liaison Librarian for the Faculty of Applied Health Sciences at Brock University. So what is Medline? Produced by the U.S. National Library of Medicine, it is the preeminent database for biomedical literature. It's really a key resource for any health-related topic. Medline contains more than 26 million citations from more than 5,600 journals dating back to 1946. You can access Medline through several different platforms, but we're going to have a look at the Web of Science because it's the easiest one to use. A bit about the Web of Science. It's a multidisciplinary research index, including literature from the sciences, social sciences, as well as some arts and humanities. We'll be focusing on the version of the Web of Science called the Web of Science Complete, since that's the version that includes Medline. Always ensure you're searching the complete version if you want to access Medline. The content in the Web of Science includes journal articles, books, data, and conference proceedings. And some of the content in Web of Science dates back quite a long time, more than 100 years. To access the Web of Science Complete, you can either go through the library research guide for your subject area, for example, health sciences or kinesiology, or you can go through the library website. To do that, you'll find the Search tab on the top navigation menu of the library website, then pull down to access our list of databases. You can then either browse alphabetically or search by name. Some search tips for the Web of Science. It only allows keyword searching, unlike some databases where you can use controlled vocabulary like subject headings. Most of the time, you'll be using the default topic search. That's the easiest way to retrieve relevant literature. Always ensure that you have your distinct search concepts on separate lines in the search boxes. And make sure that the Web of Science is using relevance sort for results. It has several different settings by which you can sort your results, for example, publication date, but most of the time you want to be using the relevance sort to make sure that you're finding the articles that are most applicable to your topic search. So here we are on the library website. We're going to go to Search, Databases, and then I'm going to select W. That's a little bit slow. And you'll see Web of Science Complete comes up first. So we'll go in there. Again, seems to be a little bit slow. There we go. Okay. So we're going to use that default topic search, but just to show you, there are some other choices. For example, if you wanted to look for the title of an article or a specific author, etc. You also have the option to select other databases if you just specifically wanted to search, for example, Medline on its own or the Data Citation Index, you could do that. But we're going to do an all databases search because chances are some of the other databases in Web of Science are going to include literature relevant to our topic. So, I'm going to make sure I spell everything correctly here. We're going to put in exercise, quality of life, and I'm putting that in quotes to tell the database to retrieve that as an exact phrase. Children, and then asthma. Oops, make sure I spell that correctly. And then I'm going to click search. And I get 317 results, which isn't too bad, but you might want to refine your search a little bit more, make sure you're finding relevant articles. And speaking of relevance, you'll see that it's actually sorting things on date. Well, I want to actually see what articles are most relevant to my topic, so I'll select that relevance sort. And you can see as you look through the results that the keywords that we searched are highlighted in the titles of the articles. So you may not see all of them in the title of every article, but they will either be in the article or the abstract or some of the other keywords that are assigned in the record for the article in Web of Science. So every different database provides different options allowing you to focus your search and ensure you retrieve the most relevant results. In Web of Science, you can see all of your options by clicking this View All Options, and this will return a complete list of search filters on that left-hand navigation menu. As you can see, there's quite a number of options. Open access, authors, funding agencies, document types, etc. So which filter you use kind of depends on the purpose of your search, what kind of information you're looking for. Sometimes for health topics in particular, you may want to use the publication years filter to make sure that you retrieve data that is as current as possible, because we all know that research into health is very fast moving and you want to get the most up-to-date information you can. You can restrict your results to those coming from a specific database. For example, maybe we only want to look at what's coming from Medline. You can also use the documents type filter to look for, and I'll just show you here how you can find the full list of options by clicking more options. So maybe you wanted, for example, to look at a clinical trial in relation to this particular topic. So you could do that. Let's just go back to our list of options again. Sometimes it's the case that you want to look at, I have to click View All Options again. Sometimes it's the case that you want to look at particular country or region. So a lot of times people want to look at research from Canada. So I'm going to select that just to show you where that comes from. They're taking that Canadian filter from the affiliation of the author. So it's not a foolproof way to detect research from Canada, because that may not always be listed. It could be that someone conducted research in Canada, but they're not affiliated with a Canadian institution, etc. But it can help if you're interested in finding resources from a particular area. And one more handy dandy thing to show you in Web of Science. Most databases will show you what we call backward citation tracing. So I'm just going to select this citation here so that you can see all of the articles that this particular article cited. And that's a really helpful way to leading you to additional relevant references. So that's a really handy feature. But one of the things that makes Web of Science unique and particularly useful is that you can do what's called forward citation tracing. So when you look at this citation network here, you can see that this article has been cited by 50 other articles that are currently available through the Web of Science. And that's really useful, especially if you're trying to track evolving research where you're having a hard time finding literature. And that feature is something that not a lot of databases have. So that's really handy. And when you find things that are useful in the Web of Science, if you can use this export feature, if you're using citation management software, you can send it to a citation manager, or you can email them to yourselves or print them. And finally, a quick review of how you can get help if you have questions about Web of Science or other library resources or services. Our library website is a great place to start. If you go to the Help tab on the top navigation menu, we have a selection of tutorials, videos, and information guides. You can also visit our Ask Us desk for help in person, or send us a question through online chat. Just type something in and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Or you can book an appointment or email me. Email's really the best way to reach me. So I hope you found this video helpful, and good luck and enjoy using the Web of Science Complete, including Medline.